Hey everyone, today we're looking at MoYu's new flagship, the WeiLong WRM 2020. I know what you're thinking, that's a very long name and it doesn't make any sense, everyone just calls it the Worm. Worm 2020. The Worm 2020 has a very similar feel to MoYu's other flagship cubes. The turning is smooth and extremely fast while being somewhat stable. As long as you can turn accurately, then you can really take advantage of how fast this cube is, and it can give you faster turn speeds than maybe any other cube. But because of this, it can also be hard to control. The corner cutting is really good. Regular corner cutting goes over 45 degrees, reverse corner cutting goes pretty far, and there's only one spot where it pretty much doesn't corner cut. The Worm 2020 is an updated version of the Worm. They look and feel somewhat similar, but a big difference is the colors on the new cube are different if you get it in stickerless. I think the colors stand out better on the 2020. The main difference I would say is yellow looks a lot better. Green is darker and I don't really like this as it kind of takes away from the contrast with blue. Other than that, I would say it's pretty good and it's just up to your preference which one you like more. Because it's just an updated version, I was curious as to how different they are, and by looking at the pieces you can see they actually are quite different. The pieces in the original Worm extend further into the cube, and also they just made some other shape changes. Also, the corners have lost their tracks and gained more sunshine. Alright, everyone, it is pop quiz time. Of these three cubes, the GTS3M, the WRM, and the WRM 2020, which two of these cubes feature the same internal piece design? Of course, it's the WRM and the GTS3M. Now, if you got that wrong, it's okay. Second and last question coming up. Which 3x3 from MoYu was most recently used to set a world record? Do you think you got it? That's right, it's the GTS2M. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the 2-hour investigation on how Giang names their cubes. And now, back to the review. Now let's talk about the accessory box and MoYu's spring compression system. Here we have a MoYu screwdriver, and I have so many of these things. There's a replacement core. These two tools are for the dual adjustment system, and I don't actually really know how these work, but I think they're supposed to get you even tensions for the screws, and I don't use this because I have my own way that I'll show later. There are 6 extra screws with springs and another spring compression system. I'm not sure if these are actually different than what's already inside the cube, so we'll find out later. And this tool is meant to use to help you turn the spring compression system, but you can also use your hands, which I will show later as well. And then here are just extra magnets. So let's take a look at one of these and I'll show you how it works. So here's the centerpiece with this part removed. So this would all go right in here. And so of course the screw helps to keep all the layer on here so it doesn't come off. You want to install the screw far enough into the cube so that the pieces don't jiggle around so much and actually be able to pop out. So this kind of holds everything together. So then what does the spring do? The spring provides resistance against how loose the cube feels. This system lets you control how strong the spring feels and lets you control things like flexibility and how fast the cube is. So if you have the blue compression device at the lowest setting, then the cube can feel very loose and very flexible. But if you move this up higher, then the spring gets compressed and stronger, so the cube will feel like it's more held together and more stable. When customizing how you want the cube to feel, you can take out the center cap, and now there are 2 things that we can change in here. First is the depth of the screw, which you can control with a screwdriver. And first you want all the sides to be even. To check how loose each side is, we're going to check white and yellow now by pulling the layers apart. But don't pull like this, because this can be very ambiguous. Instead, pull from the edges only, and then this shows you that white is clearly too loose right now. And if you don't know how tight or loose it should be, just follow the amount of gap that I have here, and that's probably going to be good. Next is the blue device or the spring compression, and make sure you work on this after you already have the layers pretty equal. We can adjust this with this tool from the box, although if you don't have it with you, you can always just use your fingernails. You can turn the blue device counterclockwise, so here it's going to move up higher and higher along the teeth. So let me just show you the highest setting right here. Wait, there's one more. You can see this is now higher up, which means it's compressing the spring more, so the spring is now stronger. So again, here's the difference between strong springs and weak springs. There are 8 different settings, and if you say the lowest is 1 and the highest is 8, then I went with 5. If this is your first time with the spring compression system, I recommend trying all the lowest settings on all the centers first, do some solves and see how you feel, then put it all on the highest setting so you have a feel for both extremes, and then you can decide how much you want in the middle. So here's 2 of them side by side. One is from inside the cube and one is from the accessories box. Just looking at the thickness and length of the springs, it doesn't look like they're any different. So I'm thinking what's in the accessory box might just be a replacement, not actually a whole different set of settings. There is one more feature we've seen in other cubes such as the Giang cubes that are missing from this, which is a way to adjust the magnets. With this cube, you'll just have to accept whatever magnet strength you get, but I think it is pretty good. It's not too strong or too weak. I would personally like it to be stronger, so it may not be your favorite, but I think everyone could be okay with this. When I was doing solves with this, I could get very good times, even strings of very good times, but I could also get strings of very bad times. The cube is very fast and light, and also quite smooth, and what this smooth feel does is it makes it harder to feel different parts of the turn. I feel like this affects my ability to control the cube. I don't know how much of a difference this actually makes, but I do enjoy the turning more on a cube like a Volk or Giang cube, because I can feel more feedback from the cube as I turn. Now, I personally prefer cubes that are in the middle or slightly on the slower end. That way I do more of the controlling of the cube rather than sometimes feeling like the cube does something on its own that I didn't intend for it to do. Now that's just my preference based on what worked for me, but there are a lot of advantages to having a cube that is very fast on its own. For example, your potential turn speed gets a lot higher, you can maybe practice for longer since you don't have to apply as much strength as you go, and if you adopt a very relaxed turning style, then in some way this cube could be even more controllable to you than a slow cube. And the reason for that is if you're not using too much of your strength and you're more in the relaxed state, then you can actually control your actions a little bit better. So overall, I think the Worm 2020 is a fantastic cube, especially if you really like fast turning cubes. And at only $35 on Speedcube Shop, or even less if you use the discount code JPerm, which you should be using all the time, it's actually not too expensive for a top flagship cube. Now, if this cube sounds very interesting to you and you'd actually like to try it, but maybe not spend $35 on it, then I recommend the RS3M 2020, which is also from MoYu. I've reviewed that cube before. It is quite similar, and if I had to give a comparison, it's more like a less stable and just overall slightly worse version of the Worm 2020. But it also has the spring compression system and is very fast as well. So that is a pretty good alternative, and it's only for $9. So that's it for this review, and I'll have links in the description to any of the cubes that I've mentioned today. If you've tried the Worm 2020, let me know what you think about it in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.